Me today in creating these sunset earrings. All the materials I will be using today are listed below in the description area, so gather up everything you need and come create with me. So to start our sunset earrings, I have my stop bead here, and I already picked up an 11 and my quarter Tila. And from there I'm going to pick up a 15, 11, and a 15, and I'm going to go down through that opposite hole in my quarter Tila. And just pull that tight. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and pick up an 11, and then using my halo bead and my SuperDuo, just go ahead and pick both of those up and let that fall down. And I'm going to do the same again with a 15, 11, and a 15. And go through that opposite hole in my halo bead and SuperDuo and kind of pull that tight, and again with an 11 and then a quarter Tila, and then the same 15, 11, 15, and go back down through that opposite hole in your quarter Tila. And again with the 11, let me get my tail out of there, 11, and then my halo bead and SuperDuo. I'll let that fall in there. And then the same 15, 11, 15, and back down through the open hole. My beads are jumping away from me. There we go. And so we're going to start this kind of zigzag design here. And just keep going with this until we have 8 of our SuperDuo halos on there. So we're just kind of going to go back and forth through our quarter Tilas and our halo bead SuperDuos, back and forth zigzagging until we have all 8 of ours on there. So once we have all 8 of our halo bead SuperDuos and 8 of our quarter Tilas, I'm coming out of my halo bead SuperDuo here, and I'm going to go ahead and take off my stop bead, and I'm going to go up through this 11-0, so that's the very first 11-0 that we put on. And I'm going to go through my 11-0, my quarter Tila, my 15, and then that next 11-0, and then pull tight there. So you might want to hold on to your tail end of your thread as well, just so you can get that nice and tight. So let me get a hold of that. And you'll see that it comes together, making a nice little circle here. So coming out of my 11-0, I'm going to start connecting all of the 11-0s that are inside the circle. So starting with that, I'm going to pick up 3 of my 15s. And go through the next 11-0 that's in the circle. And then again with 3 15s. And connecting it to the next 11-0 that's in the circle. So we'll do this all the way around until we come back to right where we started. So you can see we're just connecting the circle on the inside there. So once you've connected all your 11-0s with the 15s, I'm coming out of my 11-0 here, and I did actually go around a second time just to make sure I have that inner circle nice and tight. So coming out of our 11-0, I'm going to go up through that 15 that's above it and the quarter Tila and my next 11-0, and I'm gonna go around, so through my SuperDuo and my halo. Oops. And I'm gonna make my way down to my 11-0 on the opposite side. So coming up through my halo bead SuperDuo, through my 15, 11, and my 15. And down through my halo bead SuperDuo and out through that 11-0. Okay, so coming out of that 11-0 here, I'm gonna start connecting all of my 11-0s that are in between my quarter Tila and my halo bead SuperDuo. So I'm gonna pick up 7 of my 11s. So make sure you have 7 there. And I'm gonna go up through, the 11-0 on my next set of SuperDuo halos. So I'm gonna go up through my 11, through my halo bead SuperDuo, and down around till I'm at my next 11. So what you'll get is that little loop there of 11-0s. So again, through everything down until I get to that next 11-0 on the opposite side of my halo bead SuperDuo. So again, coming out of this 11, I'm gonna pick up 7 more 11s. Six, 7. And again, going through my next set, so through my 11 here on the opposite side of that Tila, and up through my halo bead SuperDuo. So again, to get that nice little loop there. And we'll just keep doing this until we make our way around to where we started. So once we have all of our loops, it's gonna look a little funny. It has kind of these loops sticking out here. And I've come up through, so I finished my loop here, and I went around through my very first loop, and I'm coming out of the seed bead that's right in the middle. So the reason why we did each loop with 7 is so that we had an odd number of seed beads. So you can go through that one seed bead that's right in the middle. So with that, I'm gonna pick up one of my 11s and connect it to the next loop and that next seed bead that's right in the middle. And we're gonna keep doing this around. So again, picking up one, going through the one seed bead in the middle. So this is creating a net that will hold our Rivoli in place. So you don't want to pull it tight quite yet until we have our Rivoli in there. Then we'll pull it and we'll see all the little loops kind of close in around our Rivoli. So again, going through, just adding one seed bead until we get to where we started. And sometimes you kind of have to pick up that middle seed bead to kind of point out. There we go. So just 2 more here. And then we'll place our Rivoli right in the middle. And that's when we can kind of pull tight on our thread. I have a little tangle here. There we go. Let me just put this last seed bead in. And here we can kind of loosen it and put our Rivoli just right down in there and go ahead and pull that tight. And I will go around one more time with just my needle and thread just to make sure that we have this nice and tight and secure so that our Rivoli won't fall out. Just gonna go around one more time to where we started and just pull it nice and tight while you're going. All right, and there we have it. So we have our Rivoli nice and secure in there. And so from here, I'm just gonna make my way back to my tail end here and go ahead and tie this off. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and attach my jump ring and my ear wire. So I just tied off my ends and burned down the edges so you can't see the edges of my thread. So I'm using my pliers and just opening up my jump ring here. And I'm just gonna fit it through one of the 11-ohs on the top, or on the edge of my earring here. So you do kind of have to work it a little bit to get it in there. But if you have a small enough jump ring, you'll be able to fit it in there. If you don't have a thin enough jump ring, you can always just add, coming through your 11-oh with some more thread, add about 4 or 5 more 11s or 15s to make a little loop, and then you can add your jump ring through there. So just go ahead and close that, and then attach my ear wire. And there we have our sunset earring. All right, there we go. Thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoyed creating your own sunset earrings. Remember to like and subscribe if you'd like to be kept up to date on any new products or projects that we have out for you. And as always, I'd love to hear from you, so comment below, and I'd love to hear how this design helped inspire your own.